performances all weekend here, and it's not going to be an easy time for Riddles. I do not think this is going to be a wash in any way. As good as Riddles has been of late, you have to give respect to how good Jen has been playing, and at that, we've had a severe lacking of a lot of Palus. We only have a few left out there. Jen was one of them, and he has now returned to form here today.
And he is returning to make his region proud. You are going to hear this crowd, like he said. You're going to hear this crowd a lot. Yeah, I mean, immediate damage. The win box almost getting him started for that first stock. Riddles versus Jen. Boy, oh boy, this is going to be a banger.
We almost had a 0 to death, and it wasn't with Kazuya. However, we're going to see a rebuttal.
Hey, remember when you did that commentator's curse earlier? I just need you to remember you have a lot of power, AJ. Well, you got a lot of power, and I want you to remember that.
So production proclaiming some very mean words at me, as they are also from New York.
those hurt deep. Those hurt deep.
They do cut deep. I have to hold that. Much like that, you have to hold that command grab from that platform. Back throw will at least get him in a good position, deciding to save auto reticle for the end if he decided to up B early, and he is going to, in fact, close that out, only taking 31.
The big smack and a hit stun on that back air. Riddles not able to live. Perfect spot dodge right there from Jen. You can tell that he has done his homework for this matchup, and you better if you're playing Palu in a matchup like this, because you are almost never going to get to 0 to death your opponent the way that a Kazuya will, and you're going to see Riddles getting a whole lot of bang for his buck with this opening, so Jen needs to be nigh perfect.
I don't know how much they have played of late. You know, I'm not going to do that whole reach. Oh my god, you got kicked so hard in the face. That actually hurt me. But I don't know how much he's played Dark Blues of late, but Dark Blues is also another phenomenal Kazuya, so he could possibly have this matchup experience. That said, Riddles is at the peak of that, trying to go off stage to get the grab and just end it right there.
And look, when you got the opportunity, right, you might have thought that Jen was going to be very passive on that recovery, but no, he knows that it doesn't matter if I'm on stage or off stage. I need to not be close to that Kazuya, but I also saw right there that backer actually able to go through the electric wind god fist, didn't get it out there. Jen, real big danger of dropping this first game because Riddles has already got him at that red deep Q of percent.
Yeah, we'll be seeing the tri-state shuffle very soon on that back throw to send him back off stage. Roll through, gets it, but doesn't even need to. Just he knows Riddles is being aggressive from ledge because that ends the game. All he needs is one good mistake from him. But now Rage Drive is on deck, so therefore you cannot try to go for nairs as safely next to Kazuya.
Yeah, most people would say, hey, just platform camp him, right? But especially when you got Rage Drive, that's a big no-no. But also against Riddles, you're not going to be able to. And you got caught jumping one too many times. And that boy from Team Liquid getting off to a hot start.
So remember the very beginning of the game where Jen almost 0 to death? And then I made a comment about it, and then bad things happened afterwards.
And then that happened.
Devin, I swear I like New York. But also, that's the danger of fighting for Riddles in general. He's gotten past that mentality war that he had for a long time. There was a lot of times where he'd get sent to the loser side of bracket, and you could see him kind of like crumbling at the heels. So it was like, why am I here? I was playing so good. I deserve to play better. And now playing a little bit reckless. He's not doing that anymore. He's been able to find that consistency to, even when he gets sent down here, still keep himself in check. And this is just to get into loser side of top 8.
Yeah, I mean, again, this is as stacked as events come, but Jen being able to make it there would be such a big story, right? Again, putting New York City back on the map on his hands, right? Proving that he is back, because a guy stepping away like that, but then immediately being able to step back in his own region, that is, you know, always really, really fun to watch. But again, I mean, he is going up against like the literal devil, like the devil from the Bible in this match.
Also the highest placing Palu here too, because Chag falling before top 16.
Oh, wow.
So the only remaining Palu still in the bracket, trying to keep it running here, and that is not an easy task at that. But he does have a good amount of damage on him. However, that is going to end that statement, as he made one mistake once again, short hopping around him a little too much and getting caught.
And that is something that will definitely keep your mobility available as a Palu, right? Especially your best moves available. No rage means that forward air is not going to KO, but lather, rinse, repeat. New York City popping off as this one goes to 2 stocks apiece. But like you mentioned, those short hops, got to be careful.
That sequence was so well executed by Gen 2. Also, as scary as that seems to air dodge off the stage there, it's better than air dodging on stage and getting chased by Kazuya afterwards, because these things happen. Danger's afoot, and you lose your stock.
Or not.
Or not. Okay,
yes.
It was with extra steps.
Just a couple of extra steps.
Extra steps.
And normally Kazuya's about
uppercut.
less steps, but yeah, just throw in a couple more, right? You can't always follow the recipe.
Yeah, I mean, you can't flowchart everything.
That's it. You know what? Cooking is not a science. Any good chef will tell you
Then why do they call them bread and butters?
Because that's baking. Baking is a science.
Well, right now, Riddles is cooking, and Jen needs to start cooking as well. If he wants to get himself back into this, he's been able to walk him to the ledge pretty well, but Riddles has just been playing with that mentality of, I don't really care about that. That being said, though, he got walked to the ledge just like that. Free punish there on the forward air. He's going to be forced to have to drop down once again. Now the back air at the ledge. Yes! As Jen minimizes the damage to get to the last stock.
I just love hearing the crowd like a wave just swelling every single time that Jen gets one of those hits off stage. And now the tide recedes as Riddles landing his big hits in the corner. Jen nearly falling into the ocean himself.
And he gets off of that ledge, not getting caught. This is a big opportunity for Jen to put a lot of damage on. This is where Palu gets the job done, but misses one back air on that double jump, and that gives Riddles a back air on landing, and not only that, a 2-0 lead.
That was very greedy by Jen, unfortunately, and he got a little bit too tunnel visioned into continuing to send the Kazuya off stage and land those backers, where an up air could have given him guaranteed damage, and you get to juggle Kazuya, and we've seen it time and time again. That's one of the biggest problems that Kazuya has, is when he gets juggled, he has a hard time getting down, but Jen really needs to tap into one more gear here to at least get himself on the board, and I know that everybody in the crowd wants that to happen too. Game 3, can things turn around?
I'm going to give some credit to Riddles as well in that last situation, because most of the time when you see Palu double jump at you like that, you're more inclined to air dodge because you don't want to take the hit. But Riddles said, I'm cool with taking the up air, I'm cool with taking the nair, but if you miss space me, I win. And because of that, he's not only winning, but he's also up 2 games at that, just misses the side B to get the first stock.
You know, we're talking about those extra steps. Part of it is that he can't go for the easy first tech on the Hollow Bastion platform because it is very wide, but he's also getting real darn close to getting these stocks done. And I mean, 133 stray hits galore will be able to do it. 1 Electric Wind God Fist giving him this another early lead.
And Jen's been able to revenge KO pretty solidly so far with these edge trap sequences, but can he finish the job is the big thing. Can he find a lead in the first place? And so far, Riddles has been minimizing that sit. Even though he's not been able to close it out on the platform up until what looks like this very moment here, and he just misses it again, but he's putting on so much damage, it's going to be very difficult for Jen to make a comeback.
I mean, Palu really needs to, again, just be playing with the lead, dictate where the Kazuya can and can't go, but I mean, Jen just has not been able to, the spacing has really been what's been off, and that's what commands the game for you as a Palu. You can position yourself in places that your opponent often cannot, especially against a Kazuya, that's the case. But with him off stage right here, Jen may be able to get this first one on the board, and just the win box enough to push him away. That's a fun way to get one on the board.
Hey, and you take them any way you can. Whether they free fall or you hit them, it doesn't matter as long as that point is on the board. And that is 101 damage, and now a stock gone. And now Riddles 1 more stock away from getting to that very familiar position for him in top 8.
I see Jen on the ledge. He got the footstool on Riddles. Does he have his air dodge? No! Footstool at basically 0. Jen out of nowhere back in the game.
Wait, Coney, that was intentional. So, all right, so now, all of a sudden, we're at another stock here where Jen could possibly get this game as long as he doesn't make a crucial error directly in front of Riddles, and the A's are getting yelled out on every hit.
Oh, well, you know what? Canada maybe. It's their turn, I think. I think it's Ontario's turn to get the A's going.
First, France betrayed us, and now Canada trying to take our stuff, too.
We're under attack from all sides.
93%.
Command and conquer.
Right now, oh wait, this is a big opportunity for Jen. If he can find the backer at ledge, but that laser, he finally made a mistake. He's been so good at timing around that up until that point.
Riddles also had the double jump available too, so that was just a call out on Jen as well. The 122 gonna warp to the other side. A luxury you get on Hollow Bastion, but coming right in with the back tilt. Riddles 3-0 over Jen. Many of those games close, but none of them enough to fell Mr. Mishima.
It wouldn't be a New York loss if you don't get kicked in the face by Tim's, and that's exactly how that's going to be as we see Jen go down with the 3-0. Looked good in many aspects, and for that matter, Jen coming back here with this amazing performance, getting all the way to 9th, but Riddles just refusing to let up. Even after that loss earlier, doesn't matter. He's so consistent of late, and he just keeps it going as he gets himself once again into loser's side of top 8, and he'll be, I don't even know who he's going up against. I can't imagine it's going to be fun, but well done at that to get himself once again to a 9th place finish, and Riddles keeping that run going.
I mean, like you said, I mean, what a nightmare it is to go up against an angry Riddles, because it's a question as to whether that anger can last him through the rest of the bracket. But if you're the next guy, if you're the first person to take that wrath, I mean, God help you. I don't really think there's anybody that can beat him. And Riddles definitely proving that with a 3-0 victory over one of New York City's finest. And like you said, there is, I believe, one more match